Hello again. This is Joaquin Lippincott, and I'm here today with Greg Luce, the GM of Veritone's Media and Entertainment Division, and we are here to discuss media and entertainment and the cloud. Welcome, Greg.
Thanks, Joaquin. Nice to be here.
It's good to have you here. So just to kind of get everybody familiar with Veritone and what you guys do, tell us a little bit about the company.
Yeah, so Veritone's a leading artificial intelligence company, and what we've built is an operating system that we call aiWARE. And what aiWARE does is it has the ability to process thousands and thousands of hours of unstructured media, and we help turn that into some kind of structure. And then what we allow our customers to be able to do is through applications that we develop and they develop on their own to be able to infer and make decisions based on that unstructured data. So we help turn unstructured chaos into something that's meaningful for customers to make intelligent business decisions. And we do that across media and entertainment, government, energy. We have some exciting things happening in energy right now. So we are pretty happy to be where we are in a little bit of an artificial intelligence revolution and being able to power specific use cases and business cases for our customers.
And so that's great. Tell us a little bit then how you got involved in the AWS / cloud space.
Yeah, sure. A couple stories. One, I was part of an acquisition that Veritone made about 2.5 years ago. So we were a company based in Denver where when I joined, I inherited a infrastructure that was largely outsourced to a managed service provider. And we were running into some massive issues. We had started doing some prototyping in AWS and had some great experiences there. But I had an aging infrastructure. I had an old tape library. I had switches. We had very impressive, but things break, things start to break, and you start looking at a replacement cost of what that would have taken versus going to more of an OpEx model. So we went through a journey. It was fascinating. We learned a lot, but we ended up transferring about 6 petabytes worth of media from our data center to the cloud. We didn't have any downtime. Sorry, we had about 10-minute downtime when we did the final database switch. But
that's not bad. I'm not sure what that is per petabyte, but
yeah,
that's
so
impressive.
It took us a while. So what was great about that, though, is it really focused us on what products we wanted to do, what businesses we wanted to be in. It allowed us time to build a proper migration plan, but it also allowed us to get to where we thought the world was going, which was more on cloud services and variable operating costs. We were able to get down to the penny as to what every service, what every customer was doing. And what's great about Veritone is we met a sibling in the beliefs of where the future of compute was going and the ability to be able to harness the power of not just cloud, but also just scalable, reliable, deploy anywhere type of ethos with software development and obviously support and maintenance. So what we've been able to do at Veritone is even better, where we've been able to go to multiple regions within AWS, GovCloud environments, and in fact, we achieved FedRAMP certification, which is we're one of only about 150 companies that have that distinction of being able to run our service stack in a FedRAMP compliant environment. So that's been a pretty good journey.
I won't ask you about that road. I'm sure it's filled with red tape and bureaucracy, but congratulations for completing that.
Yeah.
As it relates to the M&E industry, tell me a little bit about what are the functions that fit within that M&E, the media and entertainment ecosystem that you guys provide.
Yeah, so a couple of great use cases we have on our radio and TV side of the business. We are a direct buyer through our agency business of media on behalf of large brands and customers. But we also offer these same tools to do ad check verifications, where we take in a customer's set of playout logs. We use artificial intelligence to verify that an ad was placed when it was supposed to be placed. And then we give the tools to our users to be able to merge the two and what we would say correlate the data. So the power of our operating system allows us to take in not just unstructured data where we can use AI to enable that, but we can also take in structured data. So if a customer has playout logs, for instance, to be able to correlate all that information together. So what's great about that, and even in this in these times in the last 9 months, we have customers at these radio stations and television stations saying, "Hey, we've heard about Veritone. We know we have a license, but can you help me do this ad verification check? Can you help us train? Because now I'm not in the office. We may have furloughed staff. We may have people that aren't available to go into the office. How can I use your tools to enable my job and to show value back to our advertising customers?"
So you were saying in terms of the enablement for the remote workforce, there are also applications?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the great thing about us being in the cloud, and the same security measures that we brought to that FedRAMP program are really part of what we provide in our media and entertainment infrastructure as well. So everything is secure. It's accessible to anyone around the world. So being able to get all of that data accessible to remote workforce has been a boon. We've had multiple webinars with existing customers for kind of retraining and certification efforts. We've done a lot of great innovation on our own with our customer success team, being able to build videos and how-to guides. And it's just, we've just had to invent that stuff as well, because we just couldn't, we were getting so many requests, and being able to kind of repurpose training material and do it all remote setting. There was no one could get on a plane. No one could go to a conference room and deliver that training. So being able to do that and provide our tool set remotely has been fantastic for that segment of the business.
Well, I'm gonna skip ahead to one question, because I think that we're touching it already. What do you think the impact of the coronavirus will be on the media and entertainment industry over the next 12 months?
It's a fantastic question, very loaded. I think there will likely be fewer people to do the same jobs. So I think for companies like ours that not only provide software technology solutions, but we also have monetization services. I think being able to really try to have hyper focus on figuring out how revenue can be optimized, I think is going to be super key with fewer resources. I think being able to do production, and maybe not production so much, but certainly editing and post-production work using remote and cloud utilities is going to be just a necessity. I think in many ways it'll help. I think lifestyle of being at home and as opposed to on the road will probably be good for a lot of people, but will definitely necessitate a lot more innovation. And we're also seeing this with a lot of our customers too, is how can they reuse the content they already have? So if whether that's a bunch of B-roll footage or ENG footage that's been sitting there, or even a customer of ours, major production studio, wants to create mini episodes from existing content and enabling and publish that to their digital channel. So being able to deploy AI and cognition to take this unstructured data, to bring it to the forefront, to make decisions, to create new episodes, to say, hey, I didn't know I had this content. Maybe I can reuse that as opposed to spending a bunch of money to go shoot something else, or perhaps even make that available to license to others. So I think there will be innovation. There has to be innovation, because it will be likely fewer people doing the jobs, but still that insatiable demand for more and more media content. And that's, I think, the paradox a little bit, is more and more people are at home wanting to consume more and more content. How do the content creators make unique, compelling content that will kind of satisfy that need?
And it sounds like you guys do a lot of work across, I mean, certainly the applications of artificial intelligence are huge and broad. Are there any other cloud technologies that you've heard or read about other than yours that you're really excited about?
Yeah, I think I think any of the I think the nonlinear editing tools, I think Adobe, I think those are certainly enabling a lot of great workflows. I think some of the great things are some of the automated clipping tools, or the Grabios of the world that will allow for kind of quick snippets of content for social media distribution. I think we've seen those with some of our sports customers, and supporting some of the live events that we do for these customers, is being able to get content quickly into an ecosystem for quick decision making, quick clipping, distribution. So I think those are pretty interesting. And I think that's on more on the distribution side. I think is where I see that happening, is more of the innovation and some kind of the cool technologies.
That makes sense. So let's wrap it up with a question that takes us out 3 years. What do you think the impact of the cloud will be, either on the media entertainment industry or on business more broadly, over the next 3 years? Where do you think we'll be?
I think any customer that would have delayed any sort of redundancy, DR planning, I think that will need to be accelerated. And the customers that use that as an opportunity to enable production workflows, I think those are the smart companies that are not only going to get their bang for the buck on a DR BCP plan, but also to enable new innovative ways to actually produce content, monetize content, distribute content. And that's, I think, where companies like Veritone, companies like Toad will be able to bring customers to that new world, where we've kind of gotten shaken a little bit to the core in the last 6 months, but dust ourselves off and look to the future. And those are the companies that are going to be how to maximize the spend while also getting more benefit from that investment. It won't be two separate funding vehicles for that. It's going to have to be come out of the same place, and use companies like ourselves to hopefully help innovate those types of workflow re-engineering efforts.
Yeah. Well, and then Greg, thank you so much. Thanks for having the conversation today. If somebody does want to get in touch with Veritone, what's the best way for them to reach out?
That's a great question. Veritone.com. We have a great website, and there will be a contact us on that. But Veritone.com website, a lot of cool things there, and resource materials of what we're up to.
Great. All right. Thanks so much, Greg. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too. Thanks for this opportunity.